Hi, I welcome you all to this session on rehabilitation engineering. Today, we are going to study about rehabilitation engineering in general, right? So, I am Lalita. I have done my PhD in biomedical engineering and rehabilitation engineering in specific. So, when I used to say to people that I am doing rehabilitation engineering, often I was getting quizzed on what a biomedical engineer has to do with alcohol and drug rehabilitation. However, rehabilitation engineering is more than just alcohol and drug rehabilitation. So in this course, let us all join our hands together and correct this judgmental thought of the general society, of the ignorant man, right? So, as soon as you read rehabilitation engineering, you just wonder what is rehabilitation engineering, right? The rehabilitation engineering is defined as the science or the study that focuses on existing capacities of handicapped people and brings them to their optimum level of functional ability by the combined and coordinated use of medical, social, educational, and vocational measures. So, what does this say? What does it mean? Well, it means that if a person is injured or if a person is not able to do the normal activities that he or she used to previously be able to do, then as rehabilitation engineers, we try to focus on improving the existing activities of this individual. For example, if a person is not able to walk properly, or if a person while walking is not able to balance very well and he or she falls down, then what we do is we try and find out aids that would actually help them in their balance. So that aid could be just a cane or a walking stick, that aid could be a walker or anything, or it could be a brace, it could be an orthosis, it could be anything. So we shall discuss all this in our future lectures. So, it is a third phase of medical care after preventive and curative care, right? So, rehabilitation, first of all, as a medical personnel, the primary aim would be to prevent anyone from falling ill. And if someone falls ill, right, so we try to cure the illness. For example, like let us take the example of this very, very popular pandemic because of which you and I can't see each other face to face. What happens is, like, we are advised not to touch anyone, wash our hands properly, have a bath when we go out, and all sorts of measures. So, this is to prevent us from getting infected with coronavirus. However, if we do get infected, we are asked to remain in quarantine. We are given some medication. I mean, although there's no proper medication for coronavirus itself as of now, but you're given medications, you're given treatments to control the spread of the disease, and many people have recovered, right? However, while recovering, you are in a bed rest for a very long time. Now imagine if you have been lying down without using any of your muscles for a quite long duration, then what happens is your muscles get stiff, right? So, for example, many of us are used to leading a sedentary life, right? Suddenly, we decide to just, one day we just decide to get up and do some exercise, right? So, if you have like not done any exercise for a few years and suddenly you're trying to run, right? While running, you don't feel anything, but later on during the day, your muscles get stiff, right? Sitting, like you find it difficult to sit, and once you sat down and settled, you find yourself difficult to get up, right? It's very painful experience for all of us. So that way, you require rehabilitation. Like similarly, if you are in bed rest for a very long time, and then suddenly you are up and about and you want to, go around and do your daily activities. However, your muscles are very weak. You cannot, perform your activities to the level you used to perform before you were ill. So in that case, you require some assistance, you require some exercise, you require some therapy. Now that therapy can be in the form of rehabilitation, oh sorry, in the form of physiotherapy, or it could be in the form of occupational therapy. We shall discuss all this later on. But you do go to some therapy where your muscles are hampered, they're brought back to their healthy state, and then finally you're able to recover and do what you did the best. So, rehabilitation should be started at the earliest to ensure the best outcome. It could be medical or socio-vocational. Now, you don't have to, like, after recovery, you don't want to wait really long before you start to rehabilitate your muscles or your body parts. You just want to do that immediately, because the recovery is very, very quick when you do rehabilitation immediately. So medical rehabilitation, it limits the disability, and socio-vocational rehabilitation limits the handicap. Now in the next lectures we shall discuss what is disability and what is handicap, because these terms are used synonymously. So I shall see you in the next session. Thank you very much for joining me.